What's up, everybody? What is up to the late night nail sesh with Sugar? Yes, an impromptu one, but we're gonna be doing stuff with some rainbows today. That is what we shall be doing. So, if you're here for it, cool. I'm gonna let you guys pick the colors. So while I get set up, then yeah. But I want to do like a rainbow twist of some sort, so we have to figure out the background and all that. So what's up? Hi, Gordy. Hi, Samara. Hi, Black Rose. Hey, ladies. How's everybody doing? Okay. Dude, it literally just sounded like somebody was running through my house, bro. Again. Okay. Here's the rainbows. We're gonna be doing like a rainbow twist of some sort, guys. But do we want... Okay. Here's the rainbow. We have the pastel. We have the neon bright. Or we have the dark bright right here. If you want... I'm going to put a poll up, okay? Which rainbow colors? Pastel, neon bright, or just dark bright? Okay. Take the poll, guys. Take the poll. But I want to do some... This is going to get us ready. So I do have my nail, because I feel like a stiletto nail is going to go perfect with a twist. You know, like a twisty nail. Now, do we want a white background? Or do we want a rainbow ombre background with the white twists on it? Or do we want a white background or a black background with the rainbow twists? I don't know, because somebody told me to do cat eye, but I don't have silver cat eye. All I have is this dark velvet black one from Madame Glam. But I did pull out my glitter white, because I feel like that the glitter white really goes good with the pastel colors. But I also have this as just a silver from the December collection. And then this one is, it's silver, but it has like holographic in it. So I couldn't decide on what the background should be. But this has got holographic in it, and you can see it for the most part. Or we do a complete hollow rainbow background. What do you think? Should we do a cat eye? I think the black would look cool. I don't know how good it'll look, but what do you think? Hey, everybody. Welcome to the late night nail sesh with Sugar. We are doing nails. I'm trying to figure out the background colors. Trying to figure out what rainbow to do and how to do it. What is up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Welcome in. Pastel, really? Ooh. Somebody gonna be the tiebreaker on the poll? You think the black? If you want black, put a 1 in the chat. If you want hollow, put a 2 in the chat. If you want white glitter, put a 3 in the chat. Hi, Maggie. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. We're trying to figure out the background. We're doing rainbow. So we have the white gel paint, which we use for the Madame Glam to make them thick and nice. And then, of course, the lace top coat, and then I have a base coat just to use to help it along. But these are the colors. I just got my nails done yesterday. Nice. What'd you get? Thanks for coming to hang out with me, guys. So far is pastel, y'all. Whoa. 40 neon. 60 pastel. 5 votes. Ooh. Because if we go pastel, we'll have to use like a white background to make the colors pop, you know? I mean, maybe the pastel will pop on the black. I don't know. So far, we only got 1 in the chat for the black background. Black cat eye. But if we do pastel, we might have to do white. But if we do the black background, then that means we're going to be doing the colored twists. You think it would be cool if we did the black background with the colored twists, or a rainbow ombre background with the white twists? I think the pastel will pop out more on the black. Sometimes, sometimes not. Just depends on how black it is. Hi, Jenna. But, I mean, we could always, you know, try it. Ooh, pastel's still winning. Oh, it's going down. It's going down. Somebody can't make up the mind. Shout out to everybody in here. What up? I got extra small almond light blue with white bows. Oh, that's cute. Rainbow ombre with white twists. Is it Keycat? Oh, I'm going to mess your name up. Hello, 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 everybody. Ooh, neon bright. Oh, the poll's going now, everybody. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. We could do one, or we could do the black, or have another one and do the ombre, or the, you know what I mean? Rainbow ombre with white twist. Ooh. So now we have 2 of this. Hi, Blizzard. How are you? Thanks for sending me hearts. Oh, okay. My bad. I just want to make sure. Okay, so let's do. What are we at? Oh, neon bright. Neon bright's winning, guys. Okay. Now we gotta figure out. Okay, because the neon bright, I'll have to put a white on to make them pop for the stripes. Hello, Ruby Slippers. And this is really pretty. Super pretty. So this is going to kind of transition into what my set's kind of going to be. So I always like to do one nail with you guys, have you guys, you know, go in with me on it, and you guys help me pick things, and then go from there. Right, me too. That's why I'm like, I need them to help. Shout out to you. Gymnastics. Alright, so this one, the twists always look really good with a stiletto. So, let's see. Alright, I'm going to close the poll, and I'm going to count down. So right now, Neon Bright's winning, so if you want that pastel to win, baby. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's a little nail therapy sesh that I typically always do. We used to do super late night ones at like 11. However, I didn't want to wait that long because I'm like, want to do nails. So, I'm going to close the poll. And right now, the Neon Bright is 1. So, let's close the poll. Boom. 62%. That's awesome that you do your own nails. Alright, so this set is the set that we will be going with, guys. Alright, let me grab that set really quick. Thanks for taking the poll, everybody. Now, some of these colors are kind of light because they're glittery, so keep that in mind. Oops. Alright, so this is the set. So that'll be the colors. So let's do, it's going to be like a cool, like super bright black retro set, I think. Oh, that's awesome. All right. Let me get situated here. All right. Can you guys see okay? Or you want me to zoom in more? Better? Is that better? All right. So I'm going to just go ahead and use the black. So we're going to use a base coat. It's just going to help the polish flow really nicely on the nail. If you're new, always make sure you either put primer on the nail or you buff the nail before you use your base coat so it doesn't split from the plastic, because it doesn't like to stick to a smooth base. And the one that I'm using is from VARNAIL. I do have a code with them as well. It is SUGA Eclipse. Alright. Because I think this would be like a cool, almost like a retro look. Like a bright neon retro look almost, if that makes sense. Always make sure you take your excess off, guys, and make sure you wear some gloves. And then grab a brush and use a brush as a cleanup as well. That way you don't have a bunch of gel everywhere. Alright, I'm going to put that in the lamp, let that go. We're going to do that for a full 60. Alright. They call me SUGA. Okay, so we got the base coat on. This comes in a kit, well, like top and base. So this is the name, VARNAIL, and I do have a code, and you can get 20% off. And the code is SUGA Eclipse. Alright, so we have the background. So we're going to do this background. I think it's going to be a cool retro look. So, with this black background, because I was thinking, we're going to use this first, and then we'll add the color to it, because you want the white to make the color pop. If that makes sense. Hello, everybody. Your Mexican nutritionist. Hello. How are you? Welcome, welcome, everybody. All right, so the colors are super fun, super bright. Now, when you're doing a twisted set like this, you want to take your colors and put them on a palette, just to give you a little bit of a nicer detail. So that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to go ahead and put our colors on our palette while that's in the lamp. So if you do things, you know, while things are in the lamp, it won't take as long. And also, depending on how long your nail is how much, you know, gel polish you're going to need, if that makes sense. So, we're just going to use all the colors, because why not? They're super duper pretty. Now, I think this is going to look really cool, especially with the cat eye background. I think, anyway. We're going to keep them in order. This is a beautiful bright pink cream. These are from Madam Glam. I am a brand ambassador. I do have a code with them. I don't make no money. It's just for you guys. And that is Miss_Eclipse 35. This is their summer collection. This is called the Neon Wave collection, which I'm pretty sure you can still get these colors. These colors are pretty light. Well, they're bright, but light in terms of coverage. But look at this yellow, you guys. Like, oh my goodness gracious. I needed rainbows in my life. Rainbow. I am the rainbow queen. Everybody knows me as the rainbow queen, and I just love it. I think it's called Model 1. Yeah, I used to use that. You're on vacation? Nice. I used to use that when I first started. It's a good brand for beginners. I would say Model 1s is better than the other ones. Thank you. Appreciate it. Alright, this blue is super duper light, because it's got shimmer. So this one's a shimmer. so it's not quite as creamy. I don't know if you guys can see the shimmer in it, but alright, here's purple. Oh shit. We'll just put her here, I guess. Okay. And then after you get your color on, you can do what you want to do depending on how big your nail is too. You want to make sure you have a long liner brush. At least like this, or a 20 mil, so you can have a little bit more length or grip to it. Alright, let's do our cat eye. Yes, ma'am. Alright, here's our nail. Here's this one. This one's called Haunted Velvet. I'm pretty sure it is on the website. It's so pretty, oh my gosh. So we'll get a really good, nice quality coat on here. Don't slap it on. Thin coats, guys. You want it to cure properly. Oh yeah, that's gonna look cool with those colors on there. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to decide if I want to activate it or not. And when you're going up against that cuticle area, you can also use a liner brush if you want. So you don't get it everywhere. I typically get it everywhere, but it does. Okay. Now, I'm going to see if I want to leave it like that or if I actually want to. Can you guys see it? Okay. Oh yeah, look at that. That's going to look awesome. So I'm thinking if I did just a... If I did that, but I was thinking a swirl though. Because I kind of want the whole thing to go. Or we put a second coat on, I do it a swirl that way. We'll do that and then we'll do a second coat. It's gonna look cool. Hi, Eris. Is it Raya? Is it Raya? Raya? Shout out to everybody here. What up? All right, these are the colors we're using. So we will have a gel paint. A gel paint is going to give you a much thicker, more leveled out look than gel polish itself when you're doing line work or anything like that. So keep that in mind. Okay. Nice. I am using a 20 mil. This is from BRATTYNAILCO. You can't get these anymore. But just a 20-inch, little bit thicker of a brush. So if you look at this one's super skinny compared to that one. Not lengthwise, but widthwise. So keep that in mind when you're doing, like, twists and swirls and stuff. Okay. Alright. And there she is. Alright, let's do secondary one, and we'll do, like, a little swirl. That way, when we have the twists on there, it's going to show up, like, throughout the twists, I guess. Oh my gosh. I'm so ready for, like, bright colors, fun colors. I'm tired of, like, the winter, not really winter blues, but, you know, winter's just kind of blah sometimes, you know? Alright, so just definitely make sure to not get it all over like I just did. And just take your time, go slow. All right, there we go. Now, I'm going to take this and we're going to go like that. Now, only do this if you have gloves on, guys, okay? All right, so we're going to take and we're going to try. I'm going to get it to the center. The longer you leave it sit there, the more you're going to get on each side. Oh, that looks amazing. Okay, I'm just trying to get it to twist. Sometimes it's kind of hard, but you can do it. All right. Whoa, that was cool. All right, hold up, y'all. Trying to get this to like super twist here. All right, I think that's about as good as we're gonna get. All right, we're gonna leave it like that, or I'm gonna keep messing with it. Oh, hi, Nan. How are you? Do you like movies, Twilight? Yeah, that's awesome. Hi, Nan. How are you, babes? We're doing rainbow. All right, now that we got the background done, I should have done one this way and one the other way, so it was kind of going like this. That's all right, though. All right, so before we put the color on, we need to do our gel paint. We got to use our gel paint, guys. So you're going to want, obviously, your 20 mil. You're going to want one of these guys or a paper towel. And I always like to get mine wet so it's maneuverable. Okay? So you want to get some alcohol. How are you feeling, love? All right, hold up, y'all. You want to make sure you have clean alcohol too, guys, because whatever is in your alcohol can get in your whatever you're painting. Hi, everybody. All right. All right, I am using 70% when I do this. All right. So if you're right-handed, keep everything on your right-hand side, guys. Okay? Especially if you're using like a hand that's clamped or something like that. Whatever hand that you use, keep it on that side so you're not going over your hands trying to do stuff. Okay? You're just going to make it harder for yourself. Okay? Alright. I'm going to get my brush wet. I'm not going to dip it down inside. I'm going to dip it on the edge here. Run it through that. And just clean it off. Alright. Got it. Now, we're going to put this guy over there just in case I need it. Alright. There's our nail. Look at that. Woohoo! Alright, ready? Does it look cool? When will I stream next? It just depends. I went earlier today. But this is our late night nail sesh that I typically do. We only do one late night nail sesh once a month. But typically I go during the days. Alright, we're going to make sure our brush is saturated. Gel paint is a lot thicker. Alright, so we're going to take our... And it's easier if you help twist, you know what I mean? Whatever you're working on if you can. The more pressure you do, the thicker that will be. The less, the thinner it will be. So you want to keep it as straight as you can. Sometimes a brush can be too long as well. Alright, so we're going to take this and we're going to wrap it. Okay, so we're going to come down the edge. And we're going to wrap it. So it literally looks like it's wrapping around the edge as we go. Okay. Okay. Thanks for coming, guys. Okay, and you want to try to keep them the same, right? So you can either cure it as you go, right? Just so it doesn't move. Shit. It's thick, so it's not going to move very much. However, I almost cured this baby. I want to get a little bit of a smaller brush and see if I have a little bit more. Alright, let's see what we can do with this one. See if we can get it to, like, move. If we can't get it to move, I'll have to use my Madam Glam one. How do you get to do a live? 5 more minutes till 9. Yep. I've been on here for a really long time. Please don't spam the chat. Thank you. 3:30. Wow. Hi, Ava. Hi, Bella. Hello, Mickey. Alright. So I'm going to use this one and see if we can maybe get it. Because if your brush isn't typically moving the way that you want it to, you'll have a little bit of problems keeping it somewhat structured when you're doing this. Can everybody see okay? Alright, so same thing. And we're going to turn the nail like so. You can clean up the lines, guys, so don't freak out. Keep the brush on the nail and turn it. You have a lot easier time with it. Oh shit. Alright, take a mini cleanup brush and clean it up. Oops, that's not it. So if you use a mini cleanup brush, then it will be a little bit easier for you guys. Alright, make sure there's not. Okay. So, the reason why I'm doing this is to figure out the best thing to do for the next set. And I do one nail, and that kind of gives me a little bit of what I need. Alright, we're gonna use this brush because I feel like I don't have enough. Oh yeah, much better. Okay, so now you can make them thick. But I kind of want mine to kind of keep going down. Not too much, because you still want that swirl pattern there. Gel polish is pretty thick, so, I mean, if it's a little bit wobbly, it's okay. Don't worry about it, guys. You definitely need a steady hand, that's for sure. For the most part, with gel paint, it's a lot thicker, so just make sure you don't load your brush up too much, like I did. There we go. Nice. Alright. If you're happy with that, then cure it. If you want to, that is. I'm just going to cure it because I feel like that's going to be... You don't want a bunch at the edge of your nail either. And the reason why I cure it, though, is so that way, if you do mess up, you can fix it without it hurting anything. Hello. Yep, one direction. Hi, Joanne. I have been in my nail era recently, so this is like up my alley. Nice. Shout out to everybody here. What up? Alright, we're just gonna lightly cure that. For me, gel polish is easier to use. Gel paint isn't that easy to use, guys. Especially when you're doing small, kind of small stuff like this. Alright, let's take it. Now you see how like this is a little bit up more, right? I'm gonna want to bring this part, but not go so close to this. I mean, we can leave it there. It's not a big deal. However, oh shit. It's on my channel. We get floofs on my channel. Okay, so bear with me on the floofs here. We will have to get them out, but oh, that's actually a bristle. Nice. Nice. Now I gotta fix it. Keep it always going one direction, guys. I'm gonna split this. And then I'm gonna bring that excess. So once we get to this side, you want to make it like this, and then you want to bring this guy down at an angle here. Just like so. Now, some are a little wobbly, right? Not a big deal, but if you keep your brush flat, you're going to have a nice straight line. Hopefully that's picking up for you guys. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cure that. That one's perfect. Hi. How are you? My sister does nails and stuff. I kind of would love to do nails with her. That would be cool. But I have to go. No worries. Thank you. You are still live since hours ago? No. I got off and came back on. But these are the colors we're using. I just got to draw the stripes. So while that's in there, I'm going to clean this brush off since I'm not using it. And we'll put her away. Always clean up while you're doing it, guys. Alright. Ooh, that's going to look cool in the background, isn't it? Love it. Now this brush is really nice. It really does allow you... I'm going to put some on here so I can just bring that through the bristles. Alright, we're going to keep going. So we're going to take this guy. Okay, that should be good. Now we want to keep it and go down like that. Now that we have that mapped out, we should be golden. So now, like I did here, I want to make sure this is nice and crispy in terms of the line. And then you want to make sure you're making it as nice and flat as you possibly can. Come down at an angle. That angle is really going to make it to where it looks like it's okay. Now we got to fix it. Now just make sure that middle part is really nicely shaped, and you can make the ends bigger on each side, or you can make them the same. Like up here, it took me a minute to get it, you know, how I really wanted it, but this is what I'm looking at here. So you can make both ends bigger and this skinnier in the middle, just to kind of give it more of a rounded, I guess. My favorite color is purple. Now for the most part, the gels are nice. Kind of wiggle it through the paint. And listen, it's okay if there's a little bit of like this color showing, because we're adding color here. Just gonna maneuver this a little bit. Okay, let's bring this all the way. I would say that's the only thing about gel paint that I hate, but for the most part, you're not really gonna see it, so. Thanks, love. Yes. How's everybody doing tonight? Thanks for coming. Once we get that color on there, I think it's really gonna explode that color, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to go over the white a little bit and see if we can't kind of get like a neon-y look. I might have to water it down. I don't know. Thanks for coming, Ange. Oh, that's gonna look so cool. Alright, I'm gonna drench my brush. Alright, I'm gonna use my pinky and stabilize it on here, guys, okay? If it goes in and out and it goes blurry, just let me know. For the most part, I think... Alright, we're gonna straighten this guy out here. Oh shoot, I put my thing in it. Eh. Okay, so for the majority of this, you really don't want to go down too far. But if you do, it's okay. It's not the end of the world, you know? So just keep that in mind, guys. So with this, I'm going to take this end. And you can still continue to go small to big if you want, because that's a thing too. If you want to, you don't have to. It's just something that I kind of do to make it look different and cool. Now, when you're doing this, just make sure you're getting like to the very edge when you first do it. So you don't have to do this part and then mess it up like I did. So, I mean, technically we can keep it like that, but I mean, it's really up to you guys. So we'll just bring this guy down a little bit. And you don't want to put too much alcohol in your brush either, because that's going to disrupt whatever you have here if there's too much alcohol. Alright. Now I just want to make sure this is really nicely off my brush, the white. Okay. I just wanted to bring that one part in. You don't have to go as slow as me either, guys, but I hope this is somewhat relaxing. How did everybody's Saturday go? Okay, so I'm going to take this. And then we're going to wrap it. That looks really cool. Like I said, just make sure the edges are nice and they don't have to be perfect either. Hello? Oh, I can't wait to use these colors though. This is called the Neon Wave Collection from Madam Glam. Some are creams and some are glitters. So some are a little bit lighter than others, which is fine. I mean, tell me that doesn't look super duper cool. Alright, I'm trying to make sure I am still in picture frame here. Okay, so this part's going to get a little bit tricky. You want to keep it even here and come down more here. Okay, so it's still the same in the middle, if that makes sense. So but I think if I can do a set like this, I want to try to do the reverse of this too, where you do the rainbow background. Okay. So this side's going to have to be thicker. And then we're going to have to come in on the bottom. All right. So technically this has got to come down. Because you got to keep that gap in here, guys. You know? Okay, so that's the gap I want. So we're going to bring this guy. Okay. Now we have to fix this. So just wait until we get those colors on, guys. Okay, let's bring this guy. Okay, I'm gonna cure. Yeah, yep, exactly. Nana, thank you so much, love. Okay, I'm just flash curing that, and then I'll put it in for full 60. Oh, that looks so cool. It gets a little bit harder once you get down to the bottom, but you can always do this if you have like a nail on a stand or something. Okay. Alright, let's fix it. What you don't want is your gel paint balling up on the end of your brush because you're going to have a lot of issues if that's the case. You're going to make it. So obviously it is going to get easier once you start getting down to the bottom here. And then you want to make sure you take any excess off as well. It's really cute, but like you see how I'm coming down more with these ones? So I'm going to take a little bit of that line off. Just so it gives us a little bit more. And then we're going to bring that up and make that the line of illusion. Basically, it's what I call it. Alright, I'm going to cure that, and then we're going to do the next one. I know this part can be a little bit boring, guys. But it's definitely therapy. And it's going to look so cool. So once we get the rainbow colors on there, it's going to be... I think it's going to be cool because when we put the rainbow colors on, we're going to do them a little bit on the lighter, brighter side, and then we're going to add one tiny little line in the middle for like that neon light look. Tell me that doesn't look bomb. Look at that. Alright, we only got one more to do. So if you've made it this far, thanks guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Alright, so I'm going to take my pinkies here to stabilize my hand, okay? Okay, so we're going to bring this guy. Now, with this one, we really want to swing that around. So it's actually... Oh shit. We're going to swing it up and around. That way we get that swirl effect. Nice. Now you can leave it like that or you can make it thin just like that. But as you see, they're thin here and they get thicker as I go down. I could have made these thicker and I can draw on the lines more, but I kind of don't want that because I kind of want them to be thin so we can see those nice colors. So we're going to thin this one out a little bit. Nice. Beautiful. Alright, we're going to cure. Alright, that's it on that. Nice. Now, one thing you do want to do, well, I would say, is obviously clean your brush off, but clean the top of your pot off as well. Just helps keep it nice and cleaned. For the most part. Now, how many of you guys do nail art? Anybody? Hi, GJ homeboys. Alright, here's our colors. We're going to do a little bit of a thicker brush. So, I'm thinking, because I don't think I have like a thick brush in terms of, I guess I do. We'll use this one, see if we can get a thicker part. Alright, we're going to clean this one out. Hopefully it goes back together. Alrighty, ready? Alright, so we're going to start with, what I'm going to do is start with this red one, and then we'll go into that one, and then the cream. Or, I'm going to start with the bright pink, and then this one, so there's not two glitters together, if that makes sense. So I'm going to saturate this pretty well. And then I'm going to run it out like this. So that way I don't have a crap ton on my brush. So you're just going to draw your line, saturate it, spin it, and then draw your line out. And what I'm going to do is lightly go over the white, just a hair. So it kind of gives it like a neon light look. So you'll notice it more when I'm done versus right now. So we're just going to lightly pull that over on both sides. And then I'm just moving that shimmer back up on that white part. Oh, guys. Oh, that's so pretty. You don't want it, like, super bright since we're doing the little, like, neon look. Okay, just want to make sure I got good, well-rounded color. Now, you want to make sure you're kind of keeping it straight, though, too, in terms of going out of the lines with that shimmer. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and cure that for 1 sec. Alright, you're going to need to wipe your brush. This is the fun part, and people are missing it, but that's okay. It'll always be here. If you guys don't get to watch, it'll always be here. Alright, so the next one, we're going to use this guy. The only thing is only a few of them that are glittery like this is what's going to get us that nice effect. Because these, well, they might be light enough. I might be able to do it. We'll see. Alright, let's see what the pink looks like. Okay, I think it's light enough for us to do what we gotta do. Okay, it's definitely light enough for us to go a little on the outside. We just want a little bit of that color, guys. Okay, we don't want it to be like, we want it to be bright, right? But we don't want it to be like stupendously bright. Now, when I make this on the outside, oh yeah, okay. So what I'm gonna do, so like I said, I'm just gonna go lightly outside of that black line so you can distinguish between the two. This is my favorite part. And sometimes your color, your brush, whatever brush you're using can take the color off. So always keep that in mind too, guys. Okay, so I'm going to try to even this out a little bit. It's okay if it's a little wobbly because it's supposed to be like neon light effect. So it's okay. Oh my god, that's going to look so cool. Like right now, this brush is taking this off the nail. So you just got to be careful. So we need to finagle the color back up there. Oh shit. Okay. Alright, we're gonna cure. So it is actually gonna work, so that's nice. I'm glad. Alright, so we're gonna do this one now. This is like a pinky orange coral color, which is really pretty. Hi, Brittany. Thanks. Shout out to everybody in here. What's up? Most people want... This is a late night nail therapy sesh. Nail therapy is my everything. So... Alright, do we have enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, we did. I did enough lines and didn't even realize it. Ooh, that's pretty. I don't know why. You know what, guys? That's why it's not a sticky base. That's why it's coming off there. I didn't realize that they were non-tacky. Shit. That's okay. We'll make do with it. Too late now. So if that ever happens, guys, just always make sure you double check like your paints like that, because most will be, and I totally forgot. Totally forgot. But your girl needed to do some rainbows, so I feel like we all need a little bit of rainbow in our life, don't you think? I feel like winter's so like, I don't know. Okay, like I said, I'm going over the line to give us that look of a neon light. It's sticking great to the black because the black is tacky. So make sure you keep this line nice and thin too. Just try to make it as even as you can. You know what? We're gonna go with it. All right, cure. All right, now we're gonna use the orange. So I wonder. Well, no, I won't be able to do anything because it's a non-wipe surface. That's okay. Hello, Allison. It's going great. How about you? All I do is wipe it off on this on a dry cloth. Unless I'm doing like a yellow or something like that. If you're using these colors here, you want to make sure you wipe your brush and you don't have no pink in there because you can potentially make brown in colors that you don't want, right? But the orange is fine. All right. All right, let's do our orange. Same thing, we're going to roll and then we're going to pull out. How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. This was last minute, but I was like, I gotta do this. I need to go live and do a late night. Okay, so let's go over this really nicely so it has a good line. So you see the line really well. I'm going to use what's on my brush. So this is like one of the times where you can go out of the line and it'll look fine. Because we're doing a certain type of look with that. But try to keep it as not as wobbly as mine. You want to see a little bit of that color, but not a lot of that color. If that makes sense, everybody. Okay, leave it wobbly if you want. I kind of wanted it nice and flat. So if that ever happens, just maneuver that color around before you cure it, guys. Okay. Alright, we're gonna cure it. This is the easiest part. I'm losing everybody, but that's okay. Because I think we can ombre the back end too, and it would look really cool. Oh yeah, it's definitely going to look bomb. Okay. So let's take our yellow. Yellow's always going to be the lightest. Oh. So we have enough on here that we'll be able to use this whole thing. Okay. Oh yeah, that's gonna look bomb. I'll have to fix that, but that's alright. How's it looking? On your end. Hi! How are you, Sweepy? We're doing like a rainbow neon light look. I wobbled that one, but that's fine. We're just gonna go with it, guys. That's the fun of it. Alright, so. Okay. Nice. I promise it's gonna look really cool. Thank you. Alright, so we got that guy on. Let's do our green. Well, because we're going to add the white line in the middle, so that's going to give us our, like, neon effect, I guess. Because with these gels, they're thin enough to where I don't have to worry about thinning them down with a top coat. But if you have a cream, let's just say you're using, like, a color like this, you're going to want to take some top coat and put top coat in this and swirl it together to thin that out. That way, top coat or base coat, you can use either or, but that way you can get the same effect with those colors. Alright. Let's do our green. I always put way too much color out on my palette. Always. Ooh, that green. This is one color that is kind of on the way thinner side just because it's a shimmer. So if you feel that you need to do 2 coats, that's okay. No big deal. So we want to go outside that line, especially with these shimmer colors. Nice. You really want that shimmer to glisten. Oh my god, that looks so cool. Okay. It's definitely looking cool. Oh, thank you. Hi, Marilyn. How are you? Hi, everybody. Hi, Allison. Now, for the white one, though, you can either make it a really thick one. You can make it just a thinner line. You can use a milkier color and do it that way. It's totally up to you guys, but with the neon look, you usually just want a really nicely fine point tip liner brush where you're not going to have to stop. The reason why I pulled out this brush was so I could color them in easier. I hope that makes like sense. I hope you're learning something. Oh yeah, look at that. Alright. We're going to do our blue. Now this blue is very thin too. But this blue is thin, a thin shimmer, but it's a jelly. So it's not thin, it's just a jelly. Sorry if you can't see that. Let me know. Okay, so we're going to go around that outside. Make sure we catch that blue sparkle. Okay. So I'm going to add a little bit of this blue if I can. Okay. I don't want you to be able to see the lines. You know, if that makes sense. Sometimes it's kind of impossible with jellies, but do one swipe motion all the way down and we should be able to. Okay, I think that's as good as we're gonna get it. That's okay. Okay. Hi, Winona. How are you? Thank you. Rosalina, hello. It's giving me Killer Clowns vibes. Yeah, it is. Oh my gosh, guys. It is, it is, it is. These colors are bomb. I like to do, like, you see looks right here. I love to do, like, my ombre sessions, guys. You know what I thought about was doing the twists. I thought about ombreing the colors down the twist. You know what I mean? Like, keep the background black, but do the twist ombre instead of all one color. I thought that was going to look cool, too. All right, let's get this purple going. Now, this purple is a little bit not as thin as some of these. It's thin enough. I think we'll be able to get it, but you kind of want to pay attention to that. So if you have a lot, like, drag it so that way you're using it for the whole thing and you're not adding too much polish. I hope that makes sense. All right, let's go on the outside. As you can see, it's a lot more opaque than, like, all of these. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to actually take some of that off. And we'll just kind of... Okay. And then you want to make sure you're filling in those ends really nicely. So it all looks nice and even as well. Okay, I'm going to clean this up. Okay. All right, we did it, y'all. So you can either add another color to it, or you can leave it like this. And you can do like the 3D effect as well if you want to. You don't have to. But I was kind of thinking if we did that 3D effect, we could do a glob of clear and make it almost like a unicorn nail. Neon nail, if that makes sense. Oh, thank you. Hello, Jade. How's everybody's weekend going? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it easy for myself, okay? And I'm just not wondering if I want to use this guy. Ooh. This guy is a milky white, but it's got glitter in it. And I'm thinking that we might just need a little bit more of a white. Not a thick one either. We just need like a good opaque enough one. So I'm going to take another palette. I guess I could put it on this one actually. I'm going to put this white here. Now this one isn't a true white. It's a little bit of an actual milky color, but I'm thinking what I'm going to do is put this in here. Get that color in there. Add a little bit of that sparkle into it and see exactly what it's going to do. I don't exactly know what it's going to do, but okay. We don't need a lot. I'm over here just putting all this on here. Hello. Please don't spam the chat, please. Thank you. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you. Okay, so for this one, you don't want a thick line through that, okay? Like how we just used this one to color that in. You don't want that, right? So what you want is you want to clean your brush off. Grab you a nice thin liner. That's going to give you a nice thin point. Okay? And you want it to be at a point. Okay? I'm going to do nails. That's cool. You can do that. I'm not saying that. Alright, here we go. Here's the colors. We're going to take our white and we're going to get our brush nice. We might just need a full white. I don't know. Alright, and I mean like super, super thin. We might even have to use a detailer for this. Can you guys see okay? Alright, so we're just going to take this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright, hold up, everybody. So I used all that and didn't even need to. Alright, so let me grab a white. An actual white. I don't. Yes, I do. Oh, gosh. Sorry, guys. Alright, how's that looking? Looking okay? Alright, so I have this guy, which is it's called Whiteout. So I just wasted that, but that's okay. I'll use it for something. Okay, so this is what we're going to need. So I'm going to add this guy here. We're not going to need too much, just enough to pull our brush through. Alright, now you're going to want to take a thinner liner brush. And I'm thinking even thinner than this one. So I have this guy here, which is really, really, really tiny. It's still going to give us that line, but it's not going to be thick. Hold on, guys. Alright, I'm just trying to clean that guy so we can move it. Okay. Alright, so same thing. We're going to drench the brush. And we're going to pull out. Okay. Now we are ready. So, hello everybody. Hello. What is your favorite nail design you've ever done? Ooh, that's a good question. Okay, so when we're doing this line, we want to keep it thin. So now, because I messed it up, you want to make sure it's one stroke, okay? See how that looks? See how we went over that and it kind of looks like that neon effect? Okay. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I would say, I've done so many that sometimes it's kind of hard to like pick one. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that one, but that's fine. Okay, you want to take that line right in the middle and come down just like those. Make sure you're not as wobbly as I was. Okay. Can you guys tell? Hopefully you guys can actually see it. The only thing I hate about this brush is it's a little bit messed up at the edge, but... Alright. So we're gonna go... And you have to keep it in the middle. And then you also want to bring it down. So as long as you follow that line, and it's not too wobbly, it'll be okay. So in some areas, if it's too wobbly... Make sure your brush is at a point too. I think we're okay. Okay. This brush kind of sucks. However... So you can either wipe that off or you can do it again, guys. You know what I mean? It's totally up to you guys. Gosh, I don't know. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yes, neon sign. That's what we are doing. I'm just trying to not be so wiggly. Alright, so definitely need to... Okay, we don't want it like super thick or anything, right? So... Okay. Typically, if you can get it, it's a little wobbly on here, so... Okay, I think we got it. Alright, we're gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna cure these. What do you think? Hi, hello, 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 hello. Thank you. Gosh, I don't know what my favorite design is. I think one of my favorite designs was my junk nail. I did a 15.5-inch long junk nail, and it was awesome. It's definitely different than what I originally envisioned this to be, but a little hard to see on that yellow, but if it's going in and out on you guys, let me know. Okay. Okay. Thanks for coming, guys. When I'm focusing, it's really hard to talk. I'm not even gonna lie. Thank you, Bella, for the jewels. Shout out to you. All right, 2 more, everybody. Now, typically, you can make them a little bit bigger if you want to. And I keep going all the way up to the top for some reason. Nice. Oh crap, I missed one. Is it snowing for anybody else? All right, last one. Oh shit. Ain't nothing a brush can't fix, y'all. So keep that in mind. I think I have a hair. I did. I got it though. All right. There we go. Oops. Alright, what do you guys think? Aw, thanks, guys. You finally got snow. Nice. It's supposed to snow again tomorrow, and I'm like, ugh, I'm so tired of snow. So typically, you want to keep that in the middle, guys. This wasn't exactly what I had in my head, but it just kind of went this way. See how I go up to the top like that? I just don't know why. So I'll just make this one thicker so I can go in and just take off what I need. Well, this one's about giving me a headache. Look at that. As we're almost done, you know. But I'm thinking, guys, I could definitely marble these colors on the actual thing. Matter of fact, I know I can. Ooh, there we go. And instead of just having one color itself. There we go. Now, some of them on the brighter colors you can make thicker if you want to, right? I was just kind of going a little bit on the thin side, but for the most part, we get that, and then we can top coat it. And then when we top coat it, do you guys think the 3D gel will work? Thank you. I'm in Ohio. It's so cold here. Well, I know Detroit is cold. I don't know if there's... Oh, you said you did have snow. That's right. But I think we can do that, like, almost like a unicorn look, where you put the clear, thick clear gel over it and you kind of spiral it. What do you guys think? You guys will have to let me know. But let's top coat it and then we'll do that, okay? So I'm going to use this top coat here, and it's my favorite top coat from Zulay. Okay, where's my cap? Alright. But I think if we spiraled these, I think it would look really nice. So you guys will have to let me know if you think we should do that or not. Okay, so let's top coat. And you can also do a layer of, like glitter and stuff too. Okay, so let's top coat. And I really think that that jelly, or the thick, clear, you can use the builder gel or like a gem gel, and that's what I typically use. is a gem gel. And you want to take that excess off, okay? Because you want to keep all of this in really nicely. Hi, Skylar. All right, we're going to pop that in. And then we're going to go ahead and do... Ooh. We're going to go ahead and do... I think that... Do you guys think we should do that? Or you like it like that? Because if we did the thick bands, it's going to look even cooler. Because I was thinking the thick bands would give it, like, that more... How do you want to call that? More of a neon look, if that makes sense. Like the bulbs. And one thing I was thinking was actually using, freaking... actually, like, putting the color into it and using it that way, if that makes sense. Does that make sense, guys? At least one of them, at least on one of the nails, I want to kind of try and, let's see, I wonder how. You don't want it to be super thick, but you don't want it to be, oh shit, super runny either, you know? Oh shit, wrong one. No. Wrong cap. I am wanting to do a 3D Care Bear set too. Alright, so we're gonna need a long thing for this. So I think I'm gonna use this guy. Okay, we're gonna use this really long one for... See how this works. Okay, so let me see what this is gonna give us. This is also from Madam Glam. This is their thick art gel. So we're gonna go ahead and get it nice. Now, when you're doing this though, you want to hold the nail upside down and then you want to cure it. I hope that makes sense. Alright, so let me grab my... Move this out of the way. Grab our little light here so it's ready. Alright, I'm going to start at the top. This one's not as thick, if that makes sense. I mean, it's going to look cool, yes. But you want to start from one and pull it from the other side, and it's not really giving me what I want, so. I think I'm going to use a different... It's kind of trial and error too, guys. So always keep that in mind. You want to trial and error it, because otherwise you're not really going to know. I don't have a squeeze tube of stuff to do it, or I would. If I had a squeeze tube, that would be nice, but I don't. So, let's just use this one, and... Okay, I'm going to take this guy out. We'll take that off there. So we're going to use the alcohol. And we'll take that off. Okay. Alright, ready? Okay, now. I'm going to get this. And I want it round. I want it round here, so when I go to put it on and pull it, it's going to be big up here and come down to a point here. Does that make sense? Alright, I'm gonna stick that on. Okay. The easiest thing to use for these is something that's in a squeeze tube. And then you might have to go over them twice. I wanted them to look like tubes, because... Yeah, definitely need to make them bigger. So you actually need a better glob on your brush. I've seen people use other things for it too, and I'm like... So you'll probably have to go over this twice depending on what your gel is, guys. Yeah, I just wanted it to look like tubes. So if you give it 2 good ones, it should be good. So hopefully you guys learned something tonight. I just need to do some therapy because, I don't know, I've been going through a lot, you know? As we all have, right? So I'm not really sure what the best brush to use is, however. Well, how come they couldn't all go like that? So So about the 5th one, I got the hang of it. Okay, we're going to bring that straight up. So we kind of want it to hang off the edge. We want this part to kind of hang off that edge part a little bit. And then bring it. What do you think? So all I'm going to do is add a secondary one on here to make it the top ones get like they're supposed to be. And that's it for the nail tonight, guys. I so appreciate everybody coming too. I know it's not always great to watch somebody do nail art, but that's looking really awesome. That definitely in black light's gonna glow really freaking good. Oh yeah. I got better as I went down. Okay. So let's fix these other ones and then we're all done, guys. It definitely looks cool. I think if we did a whole nail like this, it would look bomb. Okay, so I'm just fixing these and then we're done. I am using the Gin B. Have you ever heard of that one? I do like this a lot. I use this for my rhinestones as well. Okay, so I'm just gonna dip this. So I have a little bit more down at the edge. I'm holding it down, just the gravity will hold it. Oh, I just ordered that. Oh, yes, nice. This is my first time, well, I've been using it, but like, this is my first bottle ever, and I won it because I won the Sweetie giveaway. And so I got however much to their website, and so I picked this because this is what I've been wanting to try for so long. And I like it because my gems stay on really nice with it. Oh, that looks super cool. Now, for the most part, what you don't want is all of this to be here. You want it to be more thicker up here at the top. You know what I mean? The only one we have to fix is the green. Oh yeah, that looks so cool. Like, you can tell I messed up on the green, but I think it's okay. But yes, if you have a squeezy tube, it's a lot easier. I'm excited to try. I've been trying to find something. Yes, it's nice. I do love it. Okay, because you do want this to come at an angle, pretty much. I got it a little bit less angly, but that's alright. But I think I got that light, like, neon effect. That are but full. Wait, I missed a comment. Hold on. That are but full. I don't know what that means. Alright. I'm gonna put this one on just so we can have a little bit more height on this one. There we go. Nice. That way they're a little bit all even. Alright, I'm gonna stick this in the lamp real quick. Alright, guys. That is what she is. What do you think? Just kind of turned into what it was. But I think I should still ombre them at some point. Not tonight, of course, but I really feel like I should ombre the background and do like wider black stripes and like reverse it as well. What do you guys think? Hello, you're fine. Hi, Crystal. Hi, is it Kyla? Will you add a top coat to this design or leave it? I added the top coat first and then did that. Because this is non-wipe as well. So you can add my thing is add your top coat first. Unless you have something in there that you need to kind of put that over it. But I always add top coat first, then go over it with stuff like this so I can kind of feel it and it gives it that look of, oh, it is like, you know, 3D-ish. Hopefully that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I'm definitely super grateful you guys came. Thank you. Shout out to everybody here. Kinley, hello. Nice. Thanks for letting me know, because I would have said it the wrong way over and over without realizing it, guys. But yeah, guys, these colors are the bomb, and I think I need to... Duck nails. Make duck nails, please. I did just make some duck nails. Okay, so this is what she looks like. So... this is what she looks like with the cat eye underneath. So I think I want to do a more of a white version as well. But kind of refine it a little bit and bring them, twist them a little bit more, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's what we did tonight, guys. Check it out. It's a little wobbly, I know. But it's a fun way to do kind of like a neon light situation, but with a rainbow twist on it. Because this is going to be a point of what we do for an entire nail set. So it's really cool. Now I got to reverse it and do white or the ombre background with the black stripes, and then reverse that and do ombre twists and see what that looks like. Because I really feel like the ombre rainbow twist, you know what I mean? Like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, red, all the way down. I really feel like we could get it to look like a string. I don't know, but yeah, that's what she looks like. in the regular. So yeah, we'll have to try it with the white and all that too. Excuse me. Alright guys, that is the nail that we did today. I really want to just say thank you to everybody who came tonight. It's a late night nail sesh for a reason. Go back and rewind if you want to see how I did it. And everything I used, all of the codes and stuff are in the description box. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. It'll help so much. Thank you. I wonder if you can make it look like one of those sweater nails. I mean, I can. But for a sweater nail, honestly, you kind of want that matted look. You know what I mean? Can you make a cat nails? I can. We're not going to do it tonight, but I definitely want to make a cat nail. I want to make a rainbow cat. I do think so, though. We can. We just have to mix some clear into this, I think. This, the Gin B. And see if that'll work so we don't have to matte anything if we want to keep it shiny with the rainbow. We could always matte it too. That would work too. So we'll just have to... It's not a weapon. Come on now. We'll just have to kind of experiment with that, which I love doing. If you're new to my channel, I DIY, experiment. I make long nails. Check out my newest shorts and my 5-part acrylic 5XL Extreme rainbow nails. But yeah, that's what she looks like, guys. I had fun doing it. Thank you so much for being here. This is the neon effect. So if you want to try it, go ahead and let me know. But if you try it, tag me because I really would like to see like what you guys do. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as you're getting better each and every day, right? Alright, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, J. King, Taylor, Geeky Gamer. Have an amazing, wonderful night. Sending love and light to you all. May you have a blessed night's sleep. And I will see you all maybe tomorrow, probably Monday. And we'll be live again. Okay? Alrighty. I love you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hype the live. Do all the things and comment. Comment. Okay? Have an amazing night. I will see you guys on the flip side. Toodaloo.